May I welcome you to Southgate College and the launch of ProfilZone. I am delighted to confirm that our local MP and great supporter of the college, David Burrows, has confirmed he'll actually come and say a few words in support of ProfilZone. We're delighted that David's here at the front, and really thank you for stepping in. Now, just a bit of background actually. 2001-ish, there's a guy called Mark Prensky, an American writer of education and learning, who coined the phrase digital natives and digital immigrants. To Mark, a digital native is someone that was probably, or was born from the mid to late 80s and has grown up with the information age as a matter of course. So that sort of just rules me out of that age bracket. By definition, the digital immigrant is someone who hasn't enjoyed growing up from a very early age with technology, but has grown maybe to love technology, but not necessarily as a first choice or as an automatic option when one is faced with all of the wonders that is technology and education. For the digital native, of course, the whole world is a first choice electronic situation, and it's changed the way the world has operated, from the way they interact, from the way they operate, from the way they purchase things, to the way that they present themselves. And this is something which has been very dear to our hearts as an education provider when we look at the fact that it is indeed that true 24/7 society, online, Facebook, LinkedIn, Delicious, you name it, there's a social networking site. And quite frankly, the young adults now and beyond, and an ever-increasing number of adults, are using these networking sites for business gain and advantage. And whether we like it or not, we have to adapt our services to actually accommodate this new world of digital media. And actually, from an employment situation, we need to try and do something, maybe as digital immigrants, to actually help people get into the marketplace and give themselves the best opportunity to actually get a job. Now, the further education sector, my sector, does wonderful things. It changes lives in so many ways, and we are fortunate in London to have some very strong colleges, and colleges that are willing to look at different ways of helping its learners. And to be honest, this world that the students are living in is extremely tough, and I'm not going to go over the stats for you in any great detail. Suffice to say that what we do in our FE colleges and colleges such as this as a vocational specialism are really, really important now to try and give the students the best opportunity to get into a job. Now, as far as that's concerned, we all recognise that youth unemployment is unacceptable. It's the highest. It's almost 1 million. We're probably just breaching it over the next few months. And here in Enfield, the London Borough of Enfield, it's actually worse than London. I mean, the 18 to 24 youth unemployment is the worst in London. It's about 11.5% of the population, of the claimant population. That is an awful statistic. And actually, these men and women now are finding themselves excluded from some sort of job application. They're not putting themselves in their best light. They're not finding the best route into the jobs market. So we have a huge responsibility here at the college and other colleges in London to get people into jobs. And that's why I was really pleased and proud to get behind the investment for ProfilZone, and clearly we're going to be having a demonstration about how it all fits together. So I just wanted to give you just a few teasers before I shut up and hand over. Imagine a situation where as an individual you can log in and upload your traditional CV, your paper document at any time, 24/7. But probably more important than that from our point of view, to actually upload video, YouTube-style video, which may be displaying all of your skills. Imagine the engineer that's just been assessed in terms of pipe welding or whatever it happens to be, getting your colleague, your student friend to actually film that on a phone and then being able to edit that and put it on to your personal profile, bringing your skills to life. Being able to record your own personality, to be able to record a mock interview, whatever it may be, actually take that and put it into your personal profile. Imagine being able to create that 3D profile that can be updated any day of the week, whatever hour of the day, and certainly knowing the younger age range, maybe in the middle hours of the morning. but certainly giving the freedoms and the ability to create the best possible presentation for an employer. And then this is, for me, this is where it all really fits together. Now imagine the employer that spends traditionally hours, in some cases not days, filtering, going through job applications, CVs, all looking the same style, got the same phrases, and then shortlisting and going through the whole process, and then finding at the end of the day the candidates still don't have the skills that's required. Now imagine that same employer being able to post his or her own vacancies from the desktop straight into this portal, and maybe attaching job descriptions depending on the sort of detail that you want to get into, but then receiving in probably seconds some possible job matches for those vacancies. It is that clever. And well, you know, once you've got those job matches, entering into a debate and a dialogue with those individuals, maybe having group video interviews, maybe having one-to-one interviews over that sort of net, inviting them for the actual interview or tests or an assessment themselves. But it's the immediacy that catches the eye with the profile zone. And Southgate is very proud to be one of the first to sort of launch this for its own learners, because at the end of the day, as a vocational college, the thing that sometimes catches the students out is being able to articulate his or her skills. So for my catering students who have just been shown patisserie or whatever cooks do, apologies for that, actually being able to video that and put it on and then update it for the next layer of skills, and then creating an archive where everything that he or she has learned is available to prospective employers. And therefore, for us, the profile zone, I think, will be a great asset to our learner services. But like everything, it's about development, and will be nothing without people being willing to put themselves forward, our students putting themselves forward, and more importantly, employers being able and willing to post vacancies, whether that be local or national, in order to get the actual filtering going. So I hope you enjoyed the demonstration. There's a Q&A session at the end of it. We're going to have guys from the profile zone to actually take us through it. But before we do that, can I ask you to put your hands together for David Burrows MP, who's going to just say a few words for us.
Southgate College is increasingly a leader of the pack of innovation and is consistently finding new and dynamic ways to improve opportunities for young people. That's why I could not fail but be part of things and wanting to support the great work that is happening here at the college. And the profile zone really almost is in step with what the college has been doing and will continue to do, which is to have an outward look, a look out to the business and the community, and allowing engagement to happen in a much more easy and accessible fashion. That's why I'm particularly excited by the opportunities of SMEs, of which there's a whole bunch around Enfield and beyond, coming into the college and using the college for its HR and personnel department. And that gives obvious savings, costs and opportunities to really do business together. It is good, so that Profile Zone really will allow the college to do what we've talked about in times gone by, really, which is to act as a recruitment agency for students, enabling them to engage properly with outside organisations, keeping track on student applications, and ensuring that extra help that is needed to gain employment in these difficult times. So I really commend Southgate College and Profile Zone, commend the work of Anthony Warbank, who's led the project together with the Profile Zone team that are here today, for this really interesting, really innovative and I think groundbreaking idea that isn't just going to be a flash in the pan, but is something which is here to stay and will set the marker, I think, for the future around other colleges as well. So I really look forward to the progress that will be made, and really just confirming what it is about Southgate College and other colleges should be as well, that it's not just about simply the training for students, but really about their future prospects for the student base. And so in conclusion, can I also thank very much David Byrne for his excellent leadership of the college and of this particular initiative, and look forward to under David's leadership for its continuance in the brave world as a merged college, which I look forward to as well. Thank you very much.
I might be on profile.
Hello, good afternoon. I'm pleased to be here in my capacity as Head of Human Resources for the Rank Group, representing my colleagues in our bingo business and our casino business, and also my colleagues in our head office, support office in Maidenhead, who I believe will benefit very much from involvement in this project. I first became aware of ProfilZone through an in-house transformation project that we have on the go at the moment called Project Pride. Alongside ProfilZone, who are working with us, this is an end-to-end review and refresh of all of our recruitment activities and approaches. It's a year-long programme touching all aspects of recruitment: employee segmentation, people value proposition, how we use technologies, how we engage candidates through social media, the powerful use of employee advocacy, to name a few of the things that we're covering. It's very comprehensive. Project Pride is all about the candidate experience, and all who come into contact with us should have a positive experience, not least because they will become advocates in the future and transfer the attitude towards our brand. A poor experience means they are unlikely to recommend us to friends or family. We can't recruit everyone, but we can at least impress them. College leavers are forming an increasingly large part of our hiring strategy. This system by ProfilZone helps us actively engage with our Gen Y and Gen Y Plus candidates. Due to social networking sites such as Facebook, our target audience is used to receiving and responding to information online, and we should learn to engage and communicate via these channels. A recent example of how we would use the system: in 2012 we intend to open 2 new casinos, and probably some more, in the Wirral and Manchester Didsbury. Both will have high staffing requirements with a wide range of roles, many ideally suited to those currently in the further education section. And my colleague Tracy will touch a little bit later about the interactive side of the business. The system allows us to present the business in the best possible light through video and support documents. The system allows us to keep candidates updated and engaged at the click of a button. It ticks a lot of buttons for us, ticks a lot of boxes. It also ticks a few that we weren't even aware of. Just the SMS reminder facility ahead of an interview reduces wasted time and paper and increases our overall possibility of success. From a vetting and screening angle, we can see and learn so much more from a student application before they even interview. In Rank, we're obsessed with being customer-centric. So a new employee with that wow factor and who are right for the demands of the role, and we are a 24/7-hour business, sometimes starting work at 10 or 11 at night and finishing at 5 or 6 in the morning. If a prospective employee is right for us and those demands, then they can present those capabilities alongside their college work, hobbies and interests, and all through technology that they are used to using and are comfortable with. ProfilZone means students can differentiate themselves innovatively from everyone else, and we save hours of time by interviewing the most appropriate candidates for our business. ProfilZone can integrate with our recruitment plan over the coming years, and we are very excited about the opportunity to work with college and students to fulfill our hiring needs. We are fortunate as a business at the moment in that we are growing just in the current economic climate. I think we all know it's quite tough out there. We've indicated as a company that by 2015 we will have hopefully created 1,400 jobs and grown our casino business alone from 35 to 45 units. But even if we weren't growing, we would still be looking to attract, engage and retain the right candidate. And ProfilZone is one of the mechanisms for doing this. I'd like to hand over to my colleague Tracy, who will talk for a few minutes on our interactive side of the business and how that will benefit.
Hello. I said I won't bother introducing myself because you all know who I am. I'm the head of HR for Rank Interactive. Rank Interactive looks after, it's the interactive part of the business that looks after all the land-based side of the business. So Mecca Bingo, Grosvenor Casinos, and the part that you may not know about, which is Blue Square, which is our sportsbook offering. We also have the mobile side of our business, which delivers apps and entertainment to your mobile devices, whether that be the iPhone or the Androids. It is a fast-moving business. It's quite exciting. And despite all the depressing news that we all have heard, as Nick has mentioned, we are still recruiting, and Rank Interactive is still recruiting as well. I'm on the steering group for Project Pride. My area of responsibility is around campaign recruitment. We're looking at how to attract candidates to our business through the use of talent pools, social media, referral programs and other direct hiring strategies. I'm responsible for devising the strategy around identifying and implementing new recruitment channels. Amongst my other responsibilities, I also look after a large customer support function, and I'm responsible for recruiting the staff to work within that call centre. We've got an ongoing need for customer service reps, and the type of individuals that will be attracted to RPO, to ProfilZone, are also the type of people that we would be looking for. Part of my challenge has always been how to filter the not so good out from the bright stars. To date, it's been very time consuming, frustrating, and at times quite a costly process. We already know what makes a good customer service person. Our business has got a long history of it, and we can identify it. We can actually build the careers within Rank Interactive and ultimately beyond as well, whether it be in other parts of Rank Interactive, across the group to Mecca or Grosvenor, or ultimately sometimes outside of the business as well. The call centre is just a start of an exciting career that we can offer candidates, but it does start with identifying the right people for the right jobs right at the very beginning. I'm hoping that particular challenge will become easier using ProfilZone. And that's why we've become involved in this project. At Rank Interactive, we do look for vibrant, enthusiastic and people that can communicate well. Individuals who can embrace life and their job. A 1D CV can't always display this. And sometimes, I'm sure you may all be aware, that what you see on paper does not always come to fruition when you meet that person face to face. Sometimes we get a nice surprise, but all too often we do end up being disappointed when the packaging just doesn't match the goods. What ProfilZone gives us is the ability to spot talent because of its three-dimensional qualities. A piece to camera that grabs our attention will show that person's personality. They may film activities or demonstrate things that they do in their spare time. It could be a series of photographs or college work, or a range of certificates or accreditation showing their achievements. Rank Interactive hires enthusiasm and potential. We then turn that enthusiasm and potential into professional candidates and employees that can give something back. We see this project as a catalyst to engaging more actively and directly with the FE community. We want to build strong, long-lasting relationships with local providers of raw talent, and in turn, we'll do our bit by turning your students into professional employees. ProfilZone is the bit in the middle that facilitates that vision. I hope this gives you a feel for the project. I'd be delighted later to speak to anybody who would like to work with us on this initiative. Thank you.